Hey, guess who's here? Kear Communication Network.
Okay, thank you very much. And George, can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me?
Yep, you are loud and clear, the general.
Okay. Yes, we live on YouTube, Facebook, and we are on live now. So for those of you who are listening, and are we on the radio right now?
Yes, we are live on the radio, Kear Radio 95.9.
Okay, thank you very much. Those of you who are listening to over the weight of Radio FM, Kear Radio FM 95.9, want to say welcome, thank you, and happy Sunday. And this is the conversation with the CEO slash vision bearer. And I think Josh, you mute yourself. Your feedback.
Yep.
So want to thank you as usual. We ask you to stay by the radio, don't leave, and the CEO is right in the back watching. And please share the video. If you have your Android phone with you right there, all I want you to do is to go to the Kear Communication Network. If the spelling is too long, just put in Kear Network, and then you will get us on YouTube. Especially subscribe on YouTube. Organize something and subscribe on YouTube and also on Facebook. We are here. We want to have a conversation with you. We want to hear from you. The topic today is education. Education. What can we do? How can we help? When it comes to education, we expect teachers to call us today. We expect administrators from schools. What are some of the problems that are going on that are happening right now in our schools? And please remain to that station and that radio. Don't leave. And if you call it in today, all you need to do is to just reduce your monitor, and then we'll be able to hear you. But you will hear from the CEO himself, the vision bearer, the man who is behind the whole thing, the man who wants to give back to his community. There's a saying, they say, hand go, hand come. Hand I don't come, it's a second hand in hand. So this guy want to help us. We should encourage him and let us do whatever we want to do. So I'm going to waste any time. We'll be out here for the next 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, depends on the conversation. My name is Munel Kishen, aka the General. So please go on Facebook, help us, share, follow, like. So help other people, because if you share for us, other people will follow us and other people will see, and you will be helping someone. So I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to bring in the man himself and Christopher Kear. How are you this morning, Mr. and this afternoon, Mr. Kear?
I'm doing great. How you doing? How you guys
I
doing?
can see you in your casual form, and we taking off the time and taking off everybody's time, and your people are listening to you. And also for those of you who are watching again, continue to share this video. And also, George, you can share the CEO, everybody sharing. If you don't have the Facebook, just go to YouTube. If you're home right now, trust me, if you're home, you're relaxing, go to your smart TV and just type in Kear Network. And if you got a YouTube account, all we want you to do, just subscribe with us, so we give you the news, entertainment, and other important and information. So today we are on the topic education. Education is the bedrock and foundation of any nation. Everybody wants for the children to know something, because if you know something, you build a bright nation. So CEO,
Yes, Mr. Kishan, how you doing?
I was looking at the foundation website. Today is the third show, the third episode of this important show. You had agriculture, you had a lot of things, but you put in education. Why education? And what are some of the things that you think you want to get involved in when it comes to education? Sir.
Thank you, Mr. Kishan. As you all know, that the success to every nation is the educational driving force. So, as a nation, if we want to strive to be competitive to the rest of the international community, education should be the foundation, the essential part of what we're trying to do in Liberia. It starts with education. So, if our youth is empowered or is educated, we can have the advantage, educational advantage that we can do more, and to empower our youth, and the future is it will be certain. So yes, education is the bedrock for any success of any nation. So that becomes the paramount issue in our next discussion on education.
Okay, that's good. For those of you who are listening, some people might think that because your foundation is trying to empower people, young people when it comes to education. I want to do this. Is this organization intend in the future or now to put a structure down for schools, or how do you want to contribute? How the foundation want to really contribute when it comes to education? Because when you look at education, we got a lot of things in education. We got teachers. We got to get a very good teachers before we can get a good education. We got technical skills because they are all education. People who just want to go to technical schools, people who just want to learn mechanics and whatsoever. So, what are some of the things that you're looking at that you think this is the first one? This is prioritize. I want to prioritize this one in education that we can get into, that you want to get into.
Yeah, that's a good point. Building a school is actually on the table. Okay, but we're gonna start. We're gonna actually start small. We're gonna take pediatric steps. So in the process of developing on what we have established over the time, over the months, first of all, we're going to start with our vocational education. So that will be our very first piece we're going to tackle. We're going to see our youth going to probably have various sectors or various segments being distributed very evenly, the vocational aspect, like mechanics, carpentry, computer literacy, and other among other stuff. So yes, we're going to actually our long run, our long goal will be building an institution. Okay, but for now, we're going to take pediatric steps. We're going to first of all crawl before we walk. Then we will be able to do any other thing. So, vocational aspect is what we're going to in the vocational field is what we're going to tackle first, and we'll see ourselves being very profitable, not profitable, but being very successful in that direction. Then yes, we can think about the bigger aspect, to educate our youth, by
Okay,
building a school.
that's a very good one. And you said something. One must learn to sit, crawl before walking, and running at this and before running.
Yes,
So we're taking the baby steps, and
right.
was we go into the foundation. Yes, it's a good thing you just told us that in the future you intend that this foundation will put a structure up. But you said something again when it comes to technical aspect. I remember when you look at history, West Germany after the war, they decided to go straight into these things to build with hands. Now, it's a good thing. Our kids, some children in Liberia was 10 years old when the war started. Some of them was in the first grade, some of them were in the third grade, some of them were in the fourth grade. Our war lasted for 14 years, which is now that time now they're 24 years old. No mother, no father. Ellen Johnson, 12 years. When you add it to that 24 years, they gone up to 34 or almost that. When you add President Weah, past, and then this one, some of them today are 40 years old, don't have nothing, and they consider themselves as youth. You know, in the other developed country, no youth is 40 years old. When you see some of our youth in Liberia, they are 40, 45 years old. But you said something about technical aspects. Somebody can be a mechanic. What are the enter school or not, they can still be a mechanic, they can still be a carpenter, they can still be a mason, they can still know how to sew. So now we don't have, you don't have a building, we don't have this school. If you tend today, you say, well, I got to get them off the street. We want to teach people how to fish. What are some of the ideas that you want to come up with? Because we don't have place where we're going to train them to be a mechanic. We don't have place where we teach them how to sew or to do something. Is there anything on the pipeline that you think you can tap into and work along with other people? So what are some of the things that you think that you're thinking about?
Yes, that's a very prudent point. We don't have like a structure that we're going to actually start with, but we're going to the NGO has a facility, and if one of the aims that will be very what's the name? One of the aim for the success of what we're trying to do will be establishing maybe a couple of classrooms in there. One would probably be computer and like sewing, doing other stuff. But like for for the mechanic aspect of it, we're going to actually liaise with some mechanic shops. We're going to have our like maybe 6, 7 kids who go to that particular mechanic shop probably for 3 to 6 months duration, and they will learn to probably change brakes, do the basic trainings, activities in mechanic field, and they will graduate with certificates, and they will actually be able to be part of the workforce. So yes, we're going to have our first of all, we're going to have our classroom in the NGO that we can do the computer aspect, the sewing, the other stuff. But when it comes to mechanism and other stuff, we will actually liaise or work along with other established mechanic shops in Monrovia, to be specific, and our youth can actually go there to learn, to benefit from what we're trying to do.
Well,
Let me just say this too, Mr.
yeah.
Kissin, sorry for cutting you off. Like we cannot, always rely on our government to be the ones to take the first step. In any country, the private sector has the advantage. But we as Liberians always look up to the government to do something, to open corridor for employment opportunities for youth empowerment and stuff like that. No, the private sector has the leverage in making sure that our youth become successful. Government is just an aid, and we can use them as a tool to enhance on what we're trying to do. But the bedrock, the foundation starts with private institutions. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do to mobilize certain educational pieces in making a whole. To make a whole in whatever, to make a success to what we're trying to undertake here in Liberia.
Okay, that's good. And we just lost the radio, but we stay online. We on YouTube and on Facebook. You said something, and not everybody really thinking about it. You said something very important. Are you telling me you will partnership or you will work with other mechanic shops in Liberia where they will train? You can start maybe with 5, 6, 7, or 15 kids, that they will train them, and maybe in 6 months or in a year they will also be certificated, but they will be sponsored by the Kear Humanitarian Foundation. Are you saying that? What are you trying to say?
Yes, Mr. Kishin, that's
Wow.
exactly what we're trying to do.
Everybody, it's a brilliant point. For those of you who are listening, we need your input, because sometimes we want to help our people, but we think because we see a mechanic shop where they got this professional mechanics, he's a mechanic guy who knows his job, but we never make use of it. Because you telling me that I will get them. Yes, I don't have a place, but I will get them and put them there, and I will be responsible for their feeding, their little padam, so they can be better person tomorrow in the future. So the Kear Humanitarian going to do it. That's a very good thing until we can get our own place. And then you also mentioned when it comes to the computer aspect, because these are something that our people lacking. You and myself came to this country before we even touch computer. We don't even know, even the basic they teach children in Liberia today. You got to spend almost or $2,000 just to know the basic, and they still talking about MS DOS and whatsoever. And we're going to open a place to the office where we can teach people how to be able to do some computer. But that's a good thing. So, Mr. CEO, and I want to say thank you again. Recently, just recently, your organization pay tuition in full to a private school for 14 children. Now, the question here, do you know the 14 kids? Do you know their parents? Do you know them? Or maybe some people think that because you got some global background, or maybe you from Maryland, maybe that place from, or how are they doing? But do you know the kids? And
No,
you pay in full tuition, and not even tuition, because you could pay the tuition if they don't have a uniform, they're not going to school. You pay for the tuition, you pay for the books. So how that got to you, and these some of the things that you want to do?
yeah, Mr. Kishan, let me elucidate the point. Let me throw more light on what you say, what you are saying. We pay tuition for 14 kids from I think a combined home, a
Yeah,
family of I
yeah,
think,
14 parents, yes. Uh,
yes,
some, yeah,
combined
four parents, yes.
household. They have like 4 or 5, parents were living in a house. And the 14 kids that were there, we paid their full tuition for the entire year. We bought uniforms for them for the entire school year. We bought books. We bought shoes. We bought like everything, pencil, carpet, like any other thing you can think about that concerning school. So we did that, and we also gave the parents, I think it was what, $10,000.
Yes,
Yes. So we gave
yeah,
the parents $10,000 each after we distributed rice, because they didn't have food at the time. We distributed rice, oil, and other things. Yeah, so we not just going to pay a school. We don't for 14K. We didn't just pay their school fees. Okay, they'll probably say, "Oh, well, you pay the school fees, but I don't have a uniform, and now you have to buy." They didn't have a uniform. They can't go. They can't go to school. So we did everything to make sure.
go ahead, CEO, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what we did. So I don't want to
Okay,
go you on more.
that's good. And he did a lot, and we still trying to do more. We are a little small. We going there gradually. We're not rushing. We're not doing anything different. That we respect other people who are into this business. We are new into it, but we are getting to understand what to support. Those of you who are listening, the topic today is on education. We appreciate if we got some teachers that we come on and give us some ideas and tell us what are some of the problems that the school are facing. And the CEO mentioned something that's very important. Everybody think that everything have to be done by government. No, it don't have to be done by government, but we expect the government to just help and put down the rules and be able to stretch hands and build us up. Because when they say non-profit organization, we're not there to make profit. But also the government must protect us and protect our institution that will be able to do good, our organization that will do good for our people. Because in the developed world, government will not be going all in different communities. So at the end of the day, they expect non-profit organizations to help. So those of you who are listening to us on Facebook and YouTube, please follow us, subscribe and like this show, and share it on your page and share it to other people. Whatever thing you get, you can let us know. And so see you. Let's continue this. And do you have any intention in the future where, so when it comes to the educational aspect, are you going to partnership with other organizations who into are in education? Or because I wanted the question people ask, oh, I got this foundation, I paying children's school fees, and can you people partner with me? So what are some of the things? Are you going to do it now, or are you just going to, yes, I can talk to them, but give them a little time and what to do?
Yeah, we remain open to partnering with any organization that wants to do the same thing we're doing. So I mean, as a team, we can win as a team. So I can now, say do not partner with us, but in other words, the the broad scope of what we're trying to do begins with ourselves first. then before we can, we want to be able to establish roots in what we're doing first before we can bring on any local NGO or whatever it is. But like government institutions, United Nations, and UNICEF, whoever wants to come over, fine. We open, but we first of all want to do our own type of project first. They want to get like or find grabs of what we're doing first to know who we are as an organization before bringing on other people, because people want to see your trail. They want to see your success over the time, what you have done by yourself. So I can't just like other NGO. I don't want to call any name, but people have the NGOs in Liberia and just depend on other people to put money into the NGO and call it this is what we did. And no, we want to be able to start our own projects. Then we invite other people into our cycle and say, guys, let us make it bigger to help the Liberian people. And that's exactly what we're doing. But we open in the meantime for any teamwork. We welcome any organization that wants to become a part of what we're doing.
And the NGO, your foundation and humanitarian foundation, you intend to take it in the entire country, there's 15 counties and 73 districts, or only from Monrovia? Which one? How are you doing it?
For the entire Liberian landscape.
Okay. So for now, we are in Montserrat because we all know Montserrat has a resident of every tribe in Liberia. So I agree with you that. So we're going to stretch everything. Okay, now, and you said something long ago that when it comes to the education, the schooling part of it, you want to start from the bottom to the top, not from the top to the bottom.
Right.
So you said something about concentrating on the primary education from the bottom. And now, how can people get into this? Are we giving scholarship, or are we just going to help people with no returns? In a sense, when I give you scholarship, or because scholarship as for scholar, when I give you or grant that I expect you to give me a good result, maybe a B or A, your grades must be good. Is there anything that we're going to attach to it that I'm going to pay your school fees, but I expect you to give me the necessary grades? Or are we just paying the school fees and say, okay, thank you, you can continue with no follow up or whatsoever?
Yes, that's very, very paramount to what we're doing. So if we give you scholarship, your grades and your attendance will be monitored. We have to monitor these children. In the schools, the parents have to be involved, fully involved, because if we're taking like 99% of the responsibilities off your back as a parent. So all we require you to do is encourage your children to study, to do their homework and stuff like that, to get to continue to maintain A and B in the schools. So if you're let me exemplify my point. The 14 children that we provide a scholarship for, we have to keep visiting their educational records and stuff like that to see how well they did this year or last year, and that can also prompt another scholarship leading into the next school year. So we can get anybody's scholarship and you come home with D, Fs and stuff like that. No, we can't. So your activities, we have to actually, it's very critical to what we're doing. We have to monitor their educational participation in all the schools. Okay, we'll send our team on the campuses or on the campus to tap into all the educational levels or the grades and stuff like that, and how would to deduce the point of further or future or scholarship. Okay, but if you actually doing bad, like you're not doing well, we cannot continue to sponsor you or give you any scholarship in the future. So just to be sure.
Okay, another thing again, someone sent me a question. Those days when we're coming up in the communities, they have steady classes. But nowadays in Liberia, you do not find steady classes anymore. We find all our smart boys sitting at the attire shop, all talking about politics, politics, politics. Is there, with your foundation, if If a Liberian or smart guy in the community say, listen, I have a steady class, but I need help to be able to teach the children in the community. Although I don't have a school, but I just want to every evening they can come together and I can help them with their homework and whatsoever. But I need a system because most of them say they don't have money to pay this individual who will be teaching them. Will your foundation also tap into that group? How can they come to the organization and say, listen, I got this group, but I don't have the means right now, but I'm doing it already. But some of the people don't have money to come in, and I myself, sometimes I need blackboard, I need chalk, I need all these small things to teach them. It's not about paying, but they just say volunteering. Would the foundation also stretch the hands up to them?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, that's
We'll,
a good answer.
we'll explore every avenue that seeks successful educational undertaking to empower the youth or to help the youth succeed in Liberia. Like directly, let me just elucidate what you are saying. Well, after the Liberia's insurrection, after the war, a lot of our youth became traumatized, and we did not the government at the time or the Liberian people did not empower the youth, and this is where it led to, okay, youth illiteracy. So now with the entire our Liberian population, they put a lot of trust in the government. Government will do everything. No, there should be some type of responsibility here on the private sector. We as private sector has the leverage more than the government. I want to just give you an example. In the 80s, not a lot of people nobody wanted to work for the government. Everybody
Yeah,
working for
nobody.
the private
Yep.
sector. In Lamco, in what's the name? Other companies. Okay, so we have to give back, or we have to go back to the roots of where Liberians, where the Liberian was very successful, and investing into private institutions. So we've put all our eggs in one basket with the government. Now everybody wants to work for the government and expect the government to do more for the citizenry of Liberia. No, we as private sector has to do better. It starts with education. We have to educate ourselves from the homes. Parents have to be responsible to educate their children. So we're talking about primary education. That's the bare foundation of any educational success in Liberia before the high school or college level will come to play. So yes, we have to entrust our future leaders with some basic foundation, educational foundation, so they can be successful.
Okay, for those of you who listening to radio in Liberia, and remember, you're sitting at the attire shop. You know yourself. You graduate from University of Liberia, but you can't have a job. You can't find a job. You graduated. You are very smart. Do not waste your time at that attire shop. Yes, it is your right to to talk about politics. But if any Liberians in Liberia and you decided that I want to sacrifice, I want to volunteer my service in my community to help children with their homework, but we want you to do it. When you start that program, if the chalk, blackboard, chairs for the children to sit on, we're not promising you that we'll pay you a salary because you yourself want to volunteer and we want to help. The Kear Humanitarian Foundation will assist you to purchase copybooks, chalk, or blackboard, or sometimes find something for the children to drink so they will sit and you can help them in the area of mathematics, science, and help them do the homework. And sometimes the parents in the community too will help you. So if you know you have these ideas and you already have a steady class and you started, we're not telling you bring the proposal, and when you don't even have the fresh one. That means we know that you're not serious. But if you want to give back to your community, you live in Town, you live in all the way in District 1, you live in all the way in Banga, you live in, we will go there and assess it and make sure, yes, this is what you're doing. Instead of wasting your time, you can give back to your community and your doors will be open and things will happen for you in the right way. The Kear Humanitarian Organization will assist, will help you with chalks, will help you with blackboard, will help you with little pencil to give the kids. So please, that's all part of education. Mr. CEO, let's go to teachers. One of our problems in Liberia today are teachers. The other day when President Weah took over before he left, he said Liberians they were going to send 6,000 teachers from Nigeria. You imagine, from Nigeria. That means we don't have teachers. The teachers training colleges, I think they say they're operating, but we don't know if they actually put in good schools. And in every country, for education to be successful, you must have a good teacher. It's like in America, when you have a product, they will first train a first group of people that will go and train another people. Is there any way, if the teachers, do you have any plans for your organization when it comes to quality teachers? Was the organization will be willing to tap into it and say maybe do something in a way when it comes to the teachers?
Yeah, why not? Definitely, because if we're trying to make sure that the youth succeed in Liberia, we have to, explore every avenue. So yes, we can do that.
That's a good thing. So those of you from the teachers, please, when we open the phone line, we want you to give us a call. We don't know it all, but we just want to get involved to be part of the process. We're not choosing one area, but we're not just coming from the top, we're coming from the bottom. So please bear with us. We want to start from the bottom going to the top. So you know what it means? We do not have a scholarship fund for University of Liberia or for some private institution. We do not have a scholarship for high schools, but we want children. They got some mothers, single mothers, that their children have to go to school, they have to go to classes. We don't want to see 9 years old kids selling water when it's 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the morning. So we want to look into the public schools. There are a lot of things. So if you're listening to us, we want you to call today's show. Please, I know people are hungry. I know people need help. But if you need help, go to the foundation office opposite the barracks and you can fill up our form. If you want us to do anything, today is all about education. Tell us. If you want to tell us, if you say you're A student, you're A plus, you're this, and you're looking for help, say it. If you want to say how the schools are terrible, maybe you go to school but no books. Maybe they got to do pamphlets. Maybe you got to pay this. We want to hear these things. Government school pays school fees. We want to hear it. Do you have a free education in Liberia? Maybe you go into a public school and it's free. Let us hear it. If you don't tell us, we would not know. We'll be suggesting there's a free education in Liberia because during the George Weah time, they said it. They said we heard about university free. So please let us know. And this entire show here is actually sponsored by the amazing Kear Humanitarian Organization. Let us just take a 1-minute break and we will be right back. Please do not leave that radio. Take your time and let us just take a 1-minute break.
My name is Akishin.
How are you, CEO?
This is Amazing Kear Home Health Services. This is a home health agency. We send nurses and home health aides to patients' homes and take care of them, provide medical and non-medical services for them in their homes. So that's what we're doing. This is the office space where the high-end process is rendered. And we hire the nurses, we hire home health aides and stuff like that. I was very business in 2015 at different nationalities. We have like 10 people in our office that work here. If you don't mind, I can,
Okay, good. Take
walk
me around.
you and just introduce you to some of my staff
Okay, let's go.
on site. The first lady we meeting is the bill. She's the biller.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm the biller. And no, there's not just Liberians here. I'm Puerto Rican.
been here for 2 years now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I went to the wedding. That was a beautiful service. Thank you for Chris and Joe for having me. Working here at Amazing Kear has been a good experience. Chris and Joe are the best bosses I've ever worked for. I've been a medical biller for 17 years now, and I've been here for 2 years, and I love it. I'm here for the long run, so I'm here for a while. But he treats us terrible. He buys us lunch every week. He gives us holidays off. He's terrible now.
Yeah.
I love the Kear Network, and please follow us.
Okay, we gotta make sure everybody follows.
This is my office manager.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Lee, and I've been with Amazing Care for almost 2 years, so they definitely take amazing care of us. Amazing bosses, okay? We can't say enough. All right, so just make sure you follow us, a Kear Network, all right, for the best network you can have.
All right, and next here is Miss Lalata. Here.
Hi, my name is Lalata. I'm basically do filing or claims. I do follow-ups with insurance company. Amazing Kear Health Services is a great place to work. I want to appreciate our bosses. They are so amazing. This is the Kear Network. I urge followers to join and follow amazing programs in Kear Network.
All right, so we'll direct you to our amazing nurse. She's Miss Josephine, who is also the doctor of nursing at Amazing Kear. So this is my beautiful wife, also doctor of nursing for Amazing Kear.
Okay, that was the Amazing Kear organization that you just saw that they sponsor this show, and the owner of that company is Christopher Kear, and he owns the Amazing Kear. He also got the Sea Money Real Estate. He's into the transportation business. We will show you guys later on, and he's into another group home. So he's not just Aldo. He's not just sitting. He's working. He go to work 7 o'clock, sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning. So he's doing the same thing. For those of you who listen to us, this man, he's a hardworking man, and he wants us to do the same thing. He wants you in Liberia. He wants people to be better off than him. It's not a competition. He wants people to do more. That is why he wants to stretch his hands to you. But before I go to the CEO, let me talk to George in the studio. So, George, what is going on in Liberia Heights today? Is there any rain going on? What's going on?
Today seems to be a very, very great day in Central Monrovia. Yeah, because this morning the rainfall and the sun begin to shine. Yeah.
Okay. And
so today is the why. Yeah, the 10th edition.
Okay. So today is the 10th edition. This is
You're
the first
coming.
show we got long to go. Go ahead, George. Stop being acting slow motion.
So today's gonna be a very great day here, and you just listen to the program with the CEO conversation here with the CEO on Kear Radio 95.9. So all you need to do, I love to say, go on Facebook, search for our Kear Network, go on YouTube, the same Kear Network. Yep, later on we'll open the phone lines to hear from our listener out there. So if you're there, Dupont Road, if you're there, Right Light, if you're there, West Point, if you're there, Oro, I'll say keep it like to Kear Radio 95.9, and very, very shortly we'll open the phone lines to hear from you out there. So to all the teachers, please, if you are listening to us on the radio, get ready, recharge your phone to put a call in, so at least you can tell up what are some of the challenges we are facing here in Liberia, especially with education, because today's topic is all about education. So you just listen to the CEO. He said a lot of things here on the show. So the general, I can read back to you.
Okay, thank you very much for those of you who are listening to us. We love you, we cherish you, and Christopher Kear cherish you. This family of the Kiev cherish you. The station cherish you. You are our people. We are there to serve you. So please do not hesitate to tell us whatever on your mind, and we're going to open the phone line. We will receive the first six callers and hear from you, and then we'll go back to the CEO. But we want you to interact also with us. Tell us, how can we fix the educational system? What are some of the things that this organization can tap into? So please let us know. We want to hear from you. At the end of the day, the CEO will tell us if there's any surprises. I'm not in his mind. I don't know what he's thinking about. I don't know. So today could be a lucky day. Tomorrow could be not. Today could be one of the days where we're just looking at each other and say, listen, let's kick the ball rolling. So, George, please open the phone line and let us hear from our people. We have gone 40 minutes so far.
So, folks, wherever you are in Radio Lane, I'll say good evening again. And the numbers to call on the show 0772 758 958 and 0886 TD9 TD184 0772. Oh, let me take my first caller here on this line.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, according to GOA 1 Bronco.
Okay, my sister. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. The little accused to the terror there with the two kids in the two kids, what they see. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he told me to call it, don't send me a call. And he told me to call to be the little accused with the two kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for school, yeah, school. For school fees. And he told me to call to be the manager secretary.
Okay, my sister. So all I want you to do, just listen to the program. At the end of the show,
Okay.
yes, the CEO has something to say.
Okay.
Okay, my sister. So the numbers to call him 0772 758 958 and 0886 4. Those are you using orange 0772 758 958 and 0886 TD9 TD184. These are the numbers to call in and be part of the show. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Your
Yeah,
name?
brother. How you doing?
We're doing great, sir. Your name and where you calling from?
What it is, that's here way. Sorry, I'm kind of asking. I tried to find a position of people around the radio.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah, I said that my name is Garcia Way. I'm calling from the Oro.
Yeah, guys. Yep. Okay.
First of all, I want to say thank ever so much to the CEO, not me in person, but he seems to be man of the world. It should be a packet. I'm sorry, I'm not giving this on the topic. I partake in a program and instead I was going to send money on my phone, and then that major judge were here to send me. After that year to value, so I want to be very thankful to the management and to the CEO also for that commitment.
Okay, my brother.
Now to the point.
Mm-hmm.
The education, dear brother, but more so the CEO table, I want to say thanks to him. But it just on my heart, what really on my heart is what he spoke on. My dear brother, you have to Liberia. We are suffering, our children are suffering. I was speaking to you in the first. I'm calling the first. 5 living children are here. Then I'm a biological children. And some are parents that died that are children. I get it now as I speak to you. The 3 of them, they are not even enter school yet. They will not go to school. My school got broken. I'm sitting down one place. But what's the point? The point I'm raising here is like this. The real government is say free education. When you go to the government school, they will tell you something. They will say, okay, you pay 6,000. You will go like, and they will tell you, you pay 11,000. If you don't have it, your child will not enter. This is the kind of a problem we are going through. But just the peaceful part of it here is that our school administrators, more especially when it comes to the Ministry of Education, they will put the laws down. But the thing that killing with the more so the single problem I think that other people telling at 7 years. The thing that killing me is because the people don't make a follow up. The teachers there are carrying on, schools are carrying on, they don't want to know, they just take number and all call the number, you can't get there. They will have to do to the children are sitting down. And I told them this so not get well, this is the end of your education, I believe. But I'm not praying for that. And it's not only me. The problem is that there are a lot of student parents are going through the thing like me. But because today, we know the fear thing, nobody is to come to our voice. So my point to the CEO here is that the vision, the dream is very good. It means good for us. But with a CEO, my recommendation to you here is that if you want to do anything else, the major work should be follow up. They only send money because we are hungry, we want money, but if they say, Joe, go to school, make sure you send your team to go to follow the children in school or the ever enter class. They work it all. Like they are not there. Our children are not there. But they are there, the people sit down up there and just say the thing, this thing with it. What can say the teachers don't know? And what can all you to do today? So the place we are raising a good the vocational school together, now I tell you now, I can tell you the community where I live there, more than 10 to 15 children I just graduated. They do a 40 children passing all around. There's a so good that I can't around my area, I bet total they come the man, I bet teaching there. I don't know that here, I bet teaching some children around here because I'm telling now one place. And the children are teaching my brother, I'm tired, I'm not taking most of your time, I'm about to crew. The children I'm teaching now, one of them is out of high school. But because know what we're done, know what they're doing, and you don't know what they're doing, you don't know vocation, nobody to say, the man said they call it up. Now when you did, you decide to jump on the street. I don't know they're calling you, they cancel you, try to tell you, so that they can't help me, they teaching me things. They're not paying money, but I think that the other boy, he's critical of myself. As CEO, I'm a man at sick. My children are not going to school. They should look in that direction for a please.
Okay.
Just help the Liberian children. When you see my condition, you not even sleep. But one day you see me, one day, thank you ever so much for what you do what you do for me, the Liberian. Let God bless you. What to do, my name is Garcia.
Okay, guys, yeah, I have your number. Okay, CEO, you want to come in?
Yeah, I can hear the frustration in the previous call. The son really exasperation in his tone, in his intonation. That's exactly what we're trying to That's what we have all these the 5 pillars that we're trying to work in Liberia. Educationally, we need a very substantial beginning, our primary education. Okay, so we as organization, we can do just as much as we can do to help the Liberian people, especially like the children. So yes, I already I feel your pain, frustration when it comes to the Liberian education system. So we keep monitoring and keep doing something to help those that are actually in need. So I will respond to your message at the end of the show. Okay, I really felt the frustration in your intonation in response to whatever is displayed in Liberia.
Okay, so the numbers to call him 0772 758 958 and 0886 TD9 TD184 0772 758 958 0886 TD9 TD184. Yes, what I would do for my big brother, I will try to reach at your place there. I will try and reach on the Euro to see the place. I will do that. But these are the numbers to call in. You can put your calls in. Today we are talking about education. We want to see what you can do here at Kear Humanitarian Foundation and Kear Radio. The general, you want to say something?
Yes, and I want to buttress what the CEO just said. For those of you who are listening, and these are some of the things, and we talked about it before, and he mentioned something about follow-up. Mute yourself, George.
Yeah.
About follow-up, and that is the real truth. And thank God we talk about it. We gave people money, we send them to school, and we do not follow up. And also, we need to talk to the parents that we are going to help. that we want you to try your best that your child go to school, because we took the school fees from you, we took the uniform, we took everything from you. The only thing we want you to do, and it is your responsibility. You brought this child into this world. It is your responsibility. If he was not your child or she was not your child, you got nothing to do about it. But
Right.
because you brought this child, it is your responsibility for this child to go to school. I agree that your hands are not there, but don't sit there. Help us help you. This man said something, and you could see feel the frustration in his voice. We will also look at schools, and I think that is where people will get mad at or will advocate. We don't want teachers. If you are a teacher, you are there to volunteer, you are there to sacrifice, you are there to mold the minds of citizens. We know they say teachers are not respected, but if you don't want to teach, then don't teach, but do not frustrate the parents and do not make the parents look as if they are irresponsible. You can't give them telephone number to call the school and they can't get nobody to the school. And we say, how in the world? I'm not going there to school because the government pay me. Then don't teach. Go and do something else and leave it with the people who are willing to sacrifice. And what we say again, this man, he's disabled, he's handicapped. I'm sorry that anybody can be, and he's still teaching children in the community. We still get our young children who are graduating from school cannot even find a job. But the other school, that is why vocational schools are very important. That when you leave the vocational school, you can find a job until you can send yourself to the University of Liberia or to any other university. That is what our government need to be doing, and that is what we need to do to help the government. So, CEO, do you want to add anything on it before we go back again to the radio? Maybe we might not stay too long, because if we cannot get the calls, then we'll not continue the conversation, because the conversation based on you.
No, we actually need to we need to invite our teachers on the show next time. Any teacher or any teachers out there that want to participate, we want to actually hear from you. You guys are the grassroots of what we're trying to do, trying to mold the minds of the youth in Liberia. So we need to participate. When the last caller lost trust in the educational system in Liberia completely. It's not supposed to be like alluding to your point, Mr. Kishan. How can the government wants to input, like everything we have to
6,000 teachers. Yeah, 6,000 teachers.
That's very, very dolorous. It's very, very dolorous and too they're too shameful. We got very screwed and very astute individuals, our teachers in Liberia. Well, everything that comes when it comes to Liberia, we have to import.
Yep.
We import rice,
6,000
gas,
teachers.
like everything in Liberia. Teachers too, guys, we need to actually do better, man. Like that's what I'm saying. So I understand the frustration from the last caller. I could hear the frustration in your intonation for the point you're trying to strike, and I couldn't agree with more what you were saying, because I was one of those.
And since you put in that request, CEO will instruct George and Moses to please go to one of the schools right within our area there in District 7, District 8. Look for a teacher there in one of the schools. You want to go to and it's will be a public schools. We don't want to hear from private schools right now. Public schools will be better if we can get or two teachers, or we can get one teacher that can come back on the show next Sunday, because we will and have this conversation, because we will continue the educational process until we can get to empowerment. So it's very important. We want to hear from people, and we are instructing you, please. We want your vigorous advertisement on this topic. We want for Liberian people to tell us what are some of the things. We want to bring people in the studio, if possible. If all the other shows that will be running for this week, if you guys can get teachers on your show and let them tell us what are some of the problems, the CEO will be watching, and he will be watching all the programs for this week. We want you to get involved with the educational aspect. If you can get any director or any school when it comes to education, if you can go to a vocational schools, if you can talk to some chief mechanic who willing to help, to say I'm willing, if you can do X, Y, Z. So we're giving you it, and we'll send that message to Moses and Brown. I see Brown watching us here, and Morris Brown. So please, this week, let the Kear Communication take this week to be educational week. It is our week for education because the CEO will continue the topic on next week, this coming Sunday. Next week, Sunday, we'll continue on the topic because education is a broad topic. It's very, very large. It's nothing small. Because when you talk about education, even the old man there who never went to school, they when it comes to illiteracy, we got to see how best we can get involved into our old man there in the community, teaching their ABC, some of them to know how to spell their name. That is why we're talking to you that at the attire shop, who goes there every day and drink the attire and speak only about politics. We challenge you. If you listen to me right now, we challenge you. Open a study class in the yard for the old people. We challenge you and challenge us. Open a study class for the young people in your community where you live. If that 3 days a week, we challenge you to do that, and you challenge us and see what we will do as an organization. So this is the challenge to you. We're begging you. We want you to help that day as your brothers. When we're coming up, we have our big brothers and having study class in the yard. Help us with our mathematics, our English, our social studies, our science. Please do something. Get involved. Politics is part of our life, but you can still play politics. You can still speak politics. You can still get involved in politics and still get into community business. Most of the countries around the world, when you look at Belgium, they were built by community organizers. They did self-help projects. Please don't depend on the government. If the government cannot do it, you do it as a citizen. You do as a community leader. So we're challenging you, if you want to turn your attire center into a study class, 2 days of week, 2 days of the week, let us know. We'll put the black board. We will put a black board for you, and we'll put a chalk on the board that will even put our name on it and say, this chalk, this black board was donated by the Kear Humanitarian Foundation. That is what we want to do. We are not here to sugarcoat you. We're not telling you we are rich to just give it to you. The little one we get, the 10 cents we eat, we want to share the 10 cents with you. That's all we're trying to tell you. So it's coming from him, and I'm saying it because that's his passion. His passion, let me tell you, his passion is education. His passion is in health. His passion, he wants to see the young children live in the street and say, oh, CEO, I work at the one mechanic shop again. Oh. He wants to see one day God changing his brakes in Liberia when he go home and say, guess what? I the picking that you sent to school the other day, I don't want changing the brakes now. That is what we're talking about. So we challenge you. And Josh, we challenge you on that one. This week, let it go across the board. It's the Kear Humanitarian Foundation and Educational Awareness Week. And you'll talk about it until the people get tired with it. CEO, come there and add something. We'll go back to the phone line after that.
No, go back to the phone line. I'm good.
Okay, go back to the phone line. If there's anybody on the line there.
Okay, so if you are listening to all the teachers who in the government school, so if you are following us on the show, good evening.
Yeah, and I didn't call you first.
Okay.
One thing I want to say, you're trying to help us because some of our husband are not working. So the money where the CEO give it to you, because other people will call on the show and they will get no problem. They just want to collect the money and eat it. So we left for the CEO to pay to the school bank account. Because some of us will suffer enough to say, me and never anybody say won't help me for the mortality. As I'm talking to you, please not say on me. I'm taking care of my two children. Now one day me, I care my children to replace them. So if you will help other people, I'm not saying you shouldn't help, but you must check who you need to help because other people already get money. Some of us are working and say no tax, no food. They're not easy. And my daughter just was she 8 years old, she in the 10th grade. I gave 5-year-old son. So you must really check before you pay any money, not anybody. Therefore, you must just say the schools. You're breaking your, nobody must just pay school and say, hello, you pay my children's school fee, you're breaking your. You can't go out to talk to you.
Okay.
Let me just comment to the last quarter or last quarter. Anything that this organization does, we do a thorough vetting exercise. We don't just undertake any project, especially a very big project, without doing a thorough vetting exercise. So we do that. I want to commend you for your idea and your contribution. But yes, we don't just undertake any project without undertaking any type of in-house vetting process.
Okay, so the numbers to call him 0772-758-958 and 0886 TD9TD184. These are the numbers to call him and be part of the show. So to all our teacher out there, if you want to come on the show, you can call me after the show. I will announce my number. You can call me and we'll see how best we can arrange it, and you can be our guest next Sunday. And if you want to come in studio, that will be okay. If you do not want to come, we'll send you the link and you can be from your place and join studio with us. So we are here this evening. Today is the third edition of the program, the conversation with the CEO, and the numbers to call 0772-758-958 and 0886 TD9TD184, especially for our callers here. And this lady, she came at the station here and I saw. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Yes, go in, my brother. Please lower the monitor a little bit, please. The feedback from your end.
Yeah.
Okay. The feedback is still there, my brother. I do not want to cut you off. Yep. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my brother. Your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Johnny Street.
Calling from Johnny Street. Okay, my brother. Welcome.
This one is going to the CEO. CEO. We talked about this coming week. Every program on Kear Radio FM 95.9 should based on education. And for me, I work there as DJ. Okay, my name is Susan, and I want you to be specific or to be on the right path. Whether we should base on government school that based in District 8 or out of District 8. So I want you to make that clear, because maybe we won't want later on people start saying no from other districts. So if it's District 8, let's say District 8. If it's out of District 8, we say out of District 8. So that's my point.
Okay, my brother. The numbers to call is 07.
George.
Let me just say something to you.
Go ahead.
I'll be very candid with you. I don't know how the districts are distributed in Liberia, so I don't know what district you're talking about. If you talk about maybe towns like Kingsville, Oro, that I can attest to. So at the recent caller to just make straight his point, so I can probably respond if he wants to. Because I don't know when he's talking about
the education part is for the entire country. Let me tell you, if somebody who listen to us right now in Grand Gita, you listen to us somewhere in Basel, and you say you're coming to Monrovia, you want to appear on the show, you are free to do so. But we are saying that it's not a national thing. It's only for the Kear Humanitarian Foundation. We just want you guys to consider this week as an educational week for our people. So if anybody coming from District 7, District 9, District 10, because right now, the radio station is actually, the radio station and the foundation is actually based in District 8. That is District 8 era. So we're not saying that.
Okay. So District
so
8
it's not for only, that's where we are. But if anybody from there, but we will appreciate public schools, government school, because when we say public schools, it's not that we're trying to be selective, but public schools feel more pressure paying than the private schools, because the private school, they make sure they take care of teachers because the people are paying the money. So what are some of the problems that are into public schools that you think we can help? And I will be candid with everybody that I would rather start with the public schools and before going, because hey, if I will go pay $10 and $1,000 to a private school, I can spend $1,000 to take care of more kids into public schools. You know what I'm saying? It's not that we're giving government the money. We say we're sending them to school, and we're not giving you the money. We send There we pay the tuition, and we'll also follow you up. But let it be, if anybody want to come in, private school too has a problem, but we're not saying that we're giving money to private schools. But we want to see how best we can help when it comes to education. That's why with the Kear Foundation is looking at this week as educational week. We want to hear from every Liberian who can give us any suggestion. You are free. We don't know it all, but we need your help to help someone. That's all we're trying to say.
Open the line, Josh. Hey, yes, some more callers. Thank you.
Yep. Good evening.
Yeah, Keji.
Yes, good evening, my brother. Welcome back.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to be dominant, but I just want to make a recommendation to the management and most of the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
What happened here is that the CEO is coming to the aid of we the thing, we that people think for the teachers of the school administrator. More especially government school. I'm not talking about private school. I'm talking about government school. If need be, I can call one or two of the government school that today to the material around the next year I can call the name of the school. I'm not hiding myself. But the thing I'm making is that I'm kind of asking for the CEO to please allow some parents that are feeling the thing to be part of this talk show. Maybe teachers versus maybe the parents that are going through the thing. That is my question now to manage my behavior. So you can see that parents talk, that is what they say. I'm telling you seriously what we're going through. Thank you.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you.
That's a very and touch. I tell you, CEO, the topic for education is very intense because the parents themselves they are going through. Because he's a parent, he's saying that if we're bringing the teachers up, we need to bring hear from the parents to what are some of the
yes. I mean, we welcome anybody.
We welcome
anybody. We're very selective here.
Yeah.
Anybody can come on.
We
Teachers,
just want to see how
parents,
best.
come on.
Yeah, how best we can solve it. You know, we can solve it all the problem, but we want to see how best then we know how to tackle it.
Right.
So if we hear from which is a very good thing, the parents, the whatsoever, we understand you are so mad, but you will have to slow it down and we can take our time to kill our ants and see something that will be coming up. So open the line again. Your talk, my people, your talk, waiting for you.
Okay. The numbers to call on the show this even 0772 758 958 and 0886 TD9 TD184. The numbers to call to all the parents out there, please. You can do the same by putting your calls in. So we want to hear from you out there. What are some of the challenges you are facing, especially to our hello caller?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Big Up People from Lagos Street.
Welcome to the program, my brother.
Yeah, the Kear Foundation for Parent Research and Program. Well, everything now in the country more quickly to be positive and some of the first things and get me so excited for the Liberian people. Thanks so much for the management and the things as well.
Okay, my brother. Okay, the numbers to call in 0772 758 958 0886 TD9 TD184. If you're there, you can do the same by opening our lay static lights for our brother and sister out there, then to sit at the Atai Center. Or the
Okay,
if
Josh.
you're following us on the radio, you're coming, General. Let me ask you.
I see you're breaking up. That's why I thought I say you're breaking up.
Yep, is it next? Okay, the network. The network. Yep, the network is very very bad. Yeah, the network. So, but you're coming, General.
Okay, yes, and the last caller.
See you. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your kind words, and we appreciate it. And I think the CEO, although he was in the back, but he heard what he said. But we are happy. That's the main purpose of this show. And the CEO decided to have this thing every Sunday because he wants to interact with you. If you listen to me, even if you don't need help, but you have an idea, give it to us. Even you don't need that money, you don't need that school fees, you are good and prepared. Because you see, if you don't participate, that means the CEO will be just like you. The CEO will say, well, you know what? I can send my relative to school. I don't need to be talking. And he would sit back and he would not get involved. But you are out there. You got a good job. You can see you're sending your children to a private school. But you have some ideas for us. Please call. Not only people who need help should call a radio station. But why with politics, when it comes to politics, and then we hear you calling, we hear the same people who going through hard time. When it talk about politics, they call. Now we're talking about education, you can't even call. And even if you're doing good and you live in a mansion and you listen to us, call, give us some ideas, and we'll be able to do it. Please, we beg you, we just don't want to be the way. If we decide to help, it's me, it's he. But don't sit over there because you're not hearing about UP, CDC, ANC, and all this sees politics. By the time they say politics, we hear everybody on the phone. Oh, yeah, I voted for Joe Brown. Now we're talking about education. Some of you people refuse to call. It's not fair to our people. It's not fair. Some people want to call, they don't even have minutes. Some people want to call, their phone can't even go through. Let us have this thing. Let us do it together. Education is the bedrock, my people will beg you. I want children to go to school. So I want to see the first person I will call and say, listen, I don't need school fees because my children going to public schools. My children going to private schools. And I'm okay. But this is what you guys can do. This is what we can do. I will give you $5 Liberian. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to hear from you guys. But when it comes to politics, you will hear the phone ringing, the phone ringing, the phone ringing. When it comes to education, then only few people will call. So we stay challenging you. I want to see the first 4 calls, and then we can wrap it up. CEO, you want to come in?
Yeah, to your point, we Liberians are very good at criticizing, but we offer no solution. Just what you're saying. And we're so quick to criticize what the government is not doing properly, what the government has done wrong. But we too, like, we don't want to give any inputs. And so that's just typical of Liberians, in the country. And like, if this were any political platform, the phone will be off, it will be off the hook. People will be, calling to give their inputs, how the government should, be doing whatever they're not supposed to be doing, and whatever it is. But like I said, the private sector has the ability to do better than the government, and we as private sectors and individuals, we have to actually do better. And we should be the last to actually be criticizing. And I see a lot of other people with talk shows criticizing government with no solutions. They're there on the sidelines. It's easier to criticize somebody if you're not in that person's position. But when you're in there, you form more than where the person has been. The same thing you're criticizing the person about. So we shouldn't be too quick to just criticize somebody. We should offer solutions first, and let people look at your inputs and continue to take the way what you're saying. That's why I just wanted to add that part on there. Very critical to what we're discussing.
Thank you. So the phone line is still open there for those of you who are listening to us. We love you. We stay here for you. And the Kear Humanitarian Organization is here to stay. And we ask you to please go to the Kear Communication Network. It's KEAR. KEAR. If the communication is too long, just put KEAR. Then you go to NETWORK on Facebook, and you will see that green logo in the form of K with a green leaf on top of it. And also, if you go to YouTube, you can subscribe. We're begging you to do it because when you do it and put it on your page, other people might see it, and they could get help. Also, we search other people, we follow other people to see things on other people and organization. We just want to recognize our listeners and our followers. We want to say thank you very much. We appreciate you. I will tell you, nobody appreciate people than whatsoever. It's not about how many people watching us live on Facebook, but it's how many people actually participating and taking in what we are all discussing together. So let us hear again from Josh, or else then we can just come and call it a day. and let everyone take a rest, and then we'll have some music.
Okay, if you are following us this evening on the program, yeah, on Care Radio 95.9, do not say that. Come out, put the calls in because nowadays, when the politics we love in Liberia, oh, John Brown doing this, John Brown doing this. Today, we're talking about education, no calls. But the numbers to call in 0772 758 958 0886 TD9 TD184. The numbers to call in. So we can wrap it up today on no call. I come right back to the CEO.
Okay, but before I bring the CEO on, let's take a quick break and and mute your stuff. And as you all know that this program is also sponsored by and C Money Real Estate Corporation. And so let's just
We are practically doing great here. I'm all here for the support for the Kear Network. Make sure you follow us. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, the radio station 95.9. You can also tell your sisters, your loved one, your friends, your community, your church, everybody. Let's build this network together. We are all here for humanitarian purposes, and we want to reach out to so many people. We can only do it with every one of you help. We can't do it alone, and we hope that you will join Ready Hard. We have
challenges and a lot of sleepless nights and stuff like that.
All right.
I love the Kear Humanitarian
Process of being accredited. So these are other things that we are doing on ground here to support the principal business, Amazing Kear Home Health Services. This is the model of all business that have come along with.
All right.
It's a C Money Real Estate company. He's Reverend. He's in charge of the
Zawulo Gata is my name.
okay.
Well, I am in charge of the property. I'm the manager here for C Money Real Estate. Chris is my direct boss. I am managing his property. We have like 55 properties that we are presently, managing in Philadelphia, in the Philadelphia and Derby area. So, as you can see, I'm, doing some work here on the computer. I have the list of properties and other things. I love the Kear Humanitarian Foundation, and I also love the Kear Network 95.9 FM. Follow us on Facebook and any social media.
It's Nicholas. I'm the medical record manager. I do payroll, and also I do a little bit of IT help desk here and there. Yeah, and I've been with the CEO for over six years now. Yeah, and
6+ years.
6+ years, and it's been a pleasure working with Amazing Kear.
okay. So let's just go back to the CEO, and then we can wrap it up and call it a day. Come in, CEO.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know you turned the mic over to me. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kishan. But yeah, just to enlighten what the your previous break was actually showing. So the Amazing Kear is where everything has started from. Okay, that was my first business in the USA, and from there we gave birth to the C Money Real Estate Company. We manage over 55 homes plus now. We own a group home. We also do group home, medical transportation business, and other businesses to come. So I just wanted to bring this part, to the Liberian people. We actually started small, okay, and we're very humble and respectful to come to our position where we are today. I want to give God first the praise. He's the one that deserves everything that we have started, that we are currently doing. He's the one that needs to be given the credit. Don't give me credit. Give God the credit in every aspect of what we're doing. He's the one that originated it. So back to the educational segment of what we're discussing here. We welcome teachers, parents, students to come on board. Education is a very paramount aspect of what we're trying to do here, guys. impact is a imperial aspect of the success of Liberia moving forward. We have to compete with other countries out there, okay? And everything starts with education. We have to have faith in our educational foundation or setting. Uh, you know, for me, I didn't, see myself coming through as, somebody who I am today without education being the focus point of my journey. So we should put in more effort in our educational undertaking in Liberia. Okay. So I just wanted to, close the the segment. There was a lady, I think there was a lady that called like 2-3 times concerning her children's school fees. I wanted to actually ask her as a mother, what is she doing also to help her children's, to help her children's education process. We shouldn't just be, relying on like the government doing this, or we're not doing what we're doing, ourselves from what her own, So if she can come, George, please reach out to this lady. I want to be able to help her pay her children's school fee for the entire year for 2024. Reach out to her. I will provide the educational need that she needs for her children. We will pay her the school fees, and any other thing that needs to be done, we can help. But in other, you know, as a mother, what is she doing? Because there will be some responsibility put on her as well. If we're doing all this, what she needs to actually, do a check and balance in her children's life as a parent. So not just turning everything over to an organization to manage her children, or to do micromanagement. So we have to delegate some type of responsibilities in these parents' hands as well. So reach out to her, please. After this, maybe this week coming up, reach out to her, and whatever way we can help possible to be able to pay her children's school fees.
And we also want to know her, because I heard talking about, our husband and I working, want to know the husband, want to know the parents, she and whosoever involved. So we want to know what are some of the things they're doing, because that's what the CEO want to find out. Because if he's going to do such a thing, what are you willing to do for your children? He's not the one that's going to babysit them. He's not the one that's going to teach them every evening, but he can play his role, and what role they are willing to play, because they gave us the idea. We already started. We'll be checking on them too if we decide to do such a thing. But we got to vet them properly to know what is what. So it's something that touches heart, and he just lets you know. So George, take on that one.
George, in connection with there was a caller, a guy who was ready, venting his frustration in likely that did not have any trust in the Liberian educational system. There was a caller. You got his number, right? George, are you hearing me?
Yes, I have a contact number already written.
Okay,
also, the lady.
Please reach out to both of them. Reach out to the guy who was, I think he was the second or third caller on the program.
Yes, I will do that. I will do that.
Yeah.
Okay, see you.
Okay, see you. You want to give your final closing?
I just want to say thank you to the Liberian people. We in this together. We should not actually, lose hope in our educational system. We should. The private sector has the advantage. Okay, we shouldn't just be quick to criticize government. I understand the frustration, but we shouldn't just be too quick to criticize government. I watch a lot of political shows. Everybody wants to come on and criticize government. And it's easier said than done. It's easy to be on the sideline and criticize somebody. But when you're in that person's position, you will do 3 times worse than what you are criticizing the next man. So it's not. It's so easy that your job to be a critic. It's easy, but another person in the position you do as worse as the other person you are trying to criticize. So we shouldn't just be so quick to criticize somebody. We should give them some type of support. We should be able to assess the situation and be able to offer some ideas how we can get better as a nation. Not be so critical in our decision or undertaking in Liberia. I think we'll do better. Okay, so I just want to leave this advice to the Liberian people. Let us continue to be patient. We can do better as a nation. The entire West Africa is moving ahead. We are still behind. and we are very, 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 smart people in our country. We can do better. We just need to put our act together and do and direct our resources to the proper areas that needs our help, so we can do better as a nation. I just want to say thank you, Mr. Kishan. Thank you to the Liberian people for taking all your time to be part of the show. We can we'll be having Mr. Kishan said the educational sector will be, segment will be continuing.
Continue. Yeah, this coming Sunday. Yeah, we'll continue.
Okay. All right. Okay. Josh, thank you. My studio organizer and presenter. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. One person cannot do this, guys. As a nation, we can do better. I just want to close my statement. Mr. Kishan, the floor is all yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Those of you who listened to by the way of radio, you heard what the CEO said, and congratulations again for those of you who called and you were selected, and the CEO, the Kear Humanitarian, is going to look into your issue. Please, George will reach out to you, and you can fill him with all the necessary information. So please, these are some of the surprises that you will get. I don't know nothing about it, so we're not picking and choosing it based on his own conviction. And I will tell you this, I will leave this with you. No matter how long you keep a lizard in the water, it will never turn to be a crocodile. And also want to leave the important quote with you by Albert Payne. Whatever you do for yourself, it will die with you. But whatever you do for others and the world, it will remain as immortal. When you help people, it will live long. It go a long way. But if you think you're rich, you educated, you whatsoever, and you only there for your own self, when you die, you die. We see so many houses. When you go down to Maryland, you see the Tottenham houses all standing like a frame. Nobody is in there. Nobody benefited from it. We want to say thank you. This is the Kear Humanitarian Organization, and this is the Kear Radio, Kear Communication Network. And this topic, this program, is conversation with the CEO / and vision bearer of the Kear Humanitarian Organization. We are here to stay. Right now, we are in the sitting and standing stage. We're crawling right now, but trust me, we are crawling to walk, and we will walk, and we will run, and we will get to the finish line, and we all will get there today. And at the end of the day, we say we have done it. So please continue to follow the show. Next week we will continue on the educational sector. We're asking teachers, parents.
I thought so I have to. There was a doctor. I thought the healthcare segment are going to begin next weekend. So which means I got there was a guy.
Okay, yes. Well, I will talk to him. Let's talk to him and we'll push him back. Or even if he want to be a part and
I mean it's all embedded into one another. Education, health,
because
all learning processes and stuff.
So because I want us, the educational thing is that we got to talk about it. We got to give people more time to give us some and other advices and other to add the input. So we want to say thank you very much. So maybe this coming Sunday, and I might be sitting in a different location doing it. And I want to say thank you. We love you all.
Josh,
we salute you.
All the journalists still talking.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All the callers that were able to contribute today. I think how many callers? They're going to earn $5 each.
Well, congratulations.
You can make the distribution on Wednesday. Reach out to all of them. That. Okay, there was a lady for the Colorado.
Okay, see you.
There was a lady that can you touch her?
Yes.
Have you get in touch with
have a contact.
Clorox? You got a contact, everything?
We tried doing that up to now. We have not heard from her yet. I even went at the place that we asked for her up to now. But we say in search for her. Once we get her, we'll let you know.
She knows our information. She knows the radio station. So if she wants to call through.
Yeah.
Okay, George, so take it from there. Congratulations, guys. Those of you who make the call today,
yes, we'll do that.
5 on Wednesday.
So they can come, they can go to the station, George, to pick up the money. Those are local. If you can use the mobile money to send it, that's fine. But everybody will want to sell $5.
For yeah. Yes, for the callers who live old road, yes, for the callers who live on the old road, I will try to reach him. Yeah, on Wednesday.
Okay.
We'll do that.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, CEO, thank you for taking your time to come out today. And we'll be right back on Sunday. So wherever you are, all you need to do, just go on YouTube, search for Kear Network. You can subscribe to it on Facebook. You can search for Kear Network. You can do the same. To all our models out there, please, it's time for you to put in your calls in. Like for the lady, yep, I will call her right after the show.
A couple of teachers next please. A couple of teachers, parents to come on. Students as well. So we want to hear from everyone. A very fair length of discussion. You know, so please reach out to as many teachers, students, parents, be participate, to be a participant of the segment, the educational segment, because we ourselves get discussing with no inputs from the official arm of discussing will not be any help.
But I see right after the show. I know that people will call him and they will want to come on the show too. I know they will do that. But if you want to get in touch with me, my number is 0880-513417. That's my number. You can call me, and if you want to come on the show, we can do that. If you want to come in studio, we can do that. If you want to sit home, we can send you a link to come in. But for the teachers, please, we want to hear from you out there on Sunday. Please, you can do the same. Okay, General, you can come in, General.
Okay, thank you. Nothing much to say. Every good thing must come to an end. So I'm just going to play as usual our little promo, and then we call it quit for the day. So let's go to this one.